Besides being two famous Hollywood movie actors, John Travolta and Nicolas Cage are two tycoons who have made a lot of money during their careers. But have you ever stopped to wonder about which one of them has the most luxurious life? In this video, you will watch a very fierce battle between John Travolta and Nicolas Cage. So, let us get to the fight. Before we get started, I challenge you. You have to click on subscribe and activate notifications, check the option all. But you have to do that in less than 5 seconds. You got it? And if you can, write in the comments #allaboutSubscribe. Alright, let's get started. Round 1. Most expensive mansion. When it comes to investing in good places to live, the two actors do not seem to save a penny. But which one of them will have the most expensive mansion? John Travolta, for example, once owned a mansion situated on a 2.3-acre lot in the upscale neighborhood of Brentwood in Los Angeles, California. Being surrounded by many green areas, the house seems to offer a lot of peace and tranquility, being ideal for those who like a strong presence of nature. According to real estate websites, the property has about 8,500 square feet of internal area, being divided into 6 rooms. The house's backyard also offers plenty of leisure for its residents, even having a cozy area with a rounded pool and even a tennis court. And according to media reports, John Travolta sold this property in 2019 to famous businessman Scooter Braun for $18 million, but the mansion is currently being put back up for sale for $24 million. Nicolas Cage, for his part, is not far behind. The most expensive mansion the actor is known to have ever owned, on the other hand, is a huge 8,300 square foot home in Newport Harbor, California. It is known that Cage acquired the property in 2005, paying about $25 million, but had later sold it for $35 million, a good profit. And for owning a more expensive mansion, Nicolas Cage takes this round. A point to him. Round 2. Cars. The two Hollywood stars don't skimp when it comes to sporting nice cars. But which of the two actors has the most luxurious garage? It is speculated that the following vehicles have gone through John Travolta's garage. A $55,000 Ford Thunderbird from 1957. A $60,000 Jaguar XJ8 back from 2009. A $65,000 Ford Thunderbird from 1955. A $75,000 Lincoln Continental Mark from 1956. A $90,000 Rolls-Royce Phantom from 1960. A $100,000 TVR Tuscan from 2001. A $110,000 Mercedes 280 SL from 1970. And even a $200,000 Bentley Flying Spur. Meanwhile, Nicolas Cage has also owned a large collection, such as a $25,000 Triumph Spitfire Mark IV from 1975, a $60,000 Rolls-Royce Silver Cloud III from 1964, a $250,000 Mustang Eleanor from 1967, a $300,000 Rolls-Royce Phantom II Coupe from 1935, a $400,000 Porsche 356 Pre-A Speedster from 1955, a $450,000 Lamborghini Diablo VT from 2001, a $500,000 Ferrari 250 GT from 1958, a $550,000 Lamborghini Miura P400 from 1971, a $600,000 Lamborghini 350 GT from 1965, a $700,000 Aston Martin DB5 from 1963, a $800,000 Porsche Carrera GT, a $850,000 Bugatti T57C Atalante Coupe from 1938, a $1 million Jaguar D-Type from 1955, a $1,500,000 Bugatti Type 101C Coupe from 1951. Upping the ante, it is known that he was one of the few to own a Ferrari Enzo, a car so rare to find it has become something of a collectible among car lovers. And maybe that is why its price can reach over $2,500,000. And for having a more luxurious garage, Nicolas Cage wins this round. A point to him. Round 3. Luxury means of transport. When it comes to enjoying good means of transportation, The word saving is not part of any of the actors' vocabulary. But which one of them has the most luxurious toys? Nicolas Cage, for example, once owned a Gulfstream G400, a sophisticated twin-engine, high-performance, mid-range, intercontinental business jet that can carry up to 20 passengers comfortably. This aircraft is one of the most modern that exists for private use, having a range of almost 4,400 miles, which means it's able to travel long distances without the need to stop for fuel. And to enjoy all this luxury, it is necessary to spend a good amount of money. It is estimated that a new aircraft of this model can exceed the large sum of $26 million. Another treat the actor once made use of was having large yachts to call his own. Cage's main vessel was one known as the Sarita Sea, a large 126-foot-long yacht equipped with 6 cabins that can hold up to 12 crew members very comfortably. To get an idea of the price, the boat is estimated to be valued at around $4 million. And for those who want to see the yacht that once belonged to the actor, it is possible to rent it for a week by paying around 80,000 euros. John Travolta, for his part, is not left behind at all. He has already posted photos, for example, with a Falcon 2000 in his garage, a mid-sized jet with intercontinental range. At about 65 feet long, the interior of the aircraft has the capacity to carry about 10 passengers depending on the configuration chosen. And to give you an idea of price, it is estimated that a new jet of this model can cost around $7 million. Of the same brand, the actor also owns a Falcon 900, which he even used to transport supplies to hurricane victims. The aircraft is famous for having 3 engines, which are able to offer a lot more safety and range. The jet's interior also manages to be even more spacious, being able to hold up to 14 people. And it's no wonder that this aircraft can be found going for around $16 million. And since he is an ambassador for Qantas Airlines, he won a Boeing 707 to call his own. Travolta owned the aircraft for 18 years, until he donated it to a restoration museum. And even if the aircraft is old, you can find models of this plane costing over $20 million. However, recently, the actor posted on his social media that he had gotten a license to fly a Boeing 737, with many speculating that he had acquired that model of plane. It is one of the most famous and best-selling aircraft in history, having the capacity to carry up to hundreds of passengers. And if the actor really did acquire this incredible plane, he must have shelled out over $70 million. And for owning several aircraft, John Travolta wins this round by a landslide. A point to him. Round 4. Overspending. Being 2 very successful actors, it's clear that they have enough money to buy almost anything they want. But which one of them spends his money more lavishly? John Travolta, for example, has been seen wearing several expensive watches such as a $5,000 Piaget diamond in white gold, a $15,000 Breitling Navitimer, a $38,000 Rolex Daytona Cosmograph. Nicolas Cage, for his part, has bought some weird stuff, like a meteorite that had fallen in Nigeria in 1962 for $25,000, the first Superman comic for $150,000, a pet octopus, also for $150,000, and even the skull of a Tyrannosaurus Rex for $276,000. When it comes to looking good, he also doesn't skimp a bit, having been seen with several luxury watches, such as a $6,000 U-Boat Chimera 46, a $27,000 Rolex Cellini Moonphase, a $34,000 Montblanc Nicolas Rieussec, a $36,000 Rolex Day-Date Onyx Diamond Dial, a $39,000 Rolex GMT Master, a $54,000 Jaeger-LeCoultre Master Grand Reveil, a $70,000 Rolex Daytona Leopard, a $133,000 Zenith El Primero Tourbillon Chronomaster, and even a Rolex Moonphase Triple Calendar, a watch of extreme rarity and complexity valued at over $1,280,000. And for buying more expensive items, Nicolas Cage easily wins this round. A point to him. Round 5. Other real estate. Both actors seem to really enjoy investing in property, but which one of them will own the largest real estate portfolio? John Travolta, for example, in 2019 purchased a mansion with Mediterranean villa architecture in the city of Calabasas, California. Entering the interior of the residence, we can see that everything is very sophisticated, being decorated with top-of-the-line furniture. The mansion is known to be equipped with several interesting rooms such as reading room, office, exercise room, well-equipped chef's kitchen, among many other things. In all, the mansion has about 7,500 square feet of floor area, being divided into 6 bedrooms and 5 luxurious bathrooms. The outdoor area is one of the places that draws the most attention in this mansion, being in an excellent space for social gatherings. The place is also equipped with a beautiful swimming pool that includes a jacuzzi in order to relax. And as reported in the media, John Travolta purchased this mansion for around $2,650,000. Raising the price further, John Travolta once owned a modern mansion in the city of Clearwater in the state of Florida. The interior of the residence is very large and spacious, with several rooms being integrated together. The kitchen, for example, is in the middle of the living room and the dining room, which ends up bringing greater socialization among the residents of the mansion. Going up to the second floor of the residence is where the bedrooms are, possessing in total about 4,400 square feet of built area, divided into 5 bedrooms and 6 modern bathrooms, with bathtubs lined with quartz privilege. From the home's backyard, residents can enjoy a picturesque view of the Florida lake and, of course, cool off in a beautiful infinity pool. And according to media reports, the actor sold that mansion in 2021 for about $4 million. Recently, the actor put up for sale his mansion situated on a gigantic 48-acre plot in the town of Islesboro, Maine. The interior of the residence is very peculiar, with a very colorful decoration, which creates some totally unique-looking rooms. The actor's huge house has almost 11,000 square feet of internal area, being divided into more than 20 rooms and 8 bathrooms, more than enough to house all his guests. And for anyone interested in purchasing this home, the good news is that it is up for sale, being listed in 2022 for about $5 million. However, being someone who is completely passionate about aviation, he decided to build a beautiful mansion that would meet all his requirements. Located in the city of Ocala, Florida, the actor's residence is situated on a huge plot of land with a special private airport, which has a gigantic flight path to service his own large aircraft. While other celebrities keep their supercars in their garage, John Travolta shows off even further and keeps his own jets there. Entering the interior of the actor's residence, we can see that the decor is very luxurious, with various decorative objects that refer to his passion for aviation. Travolta has gone as far as to say that his residence is a super building, having much thicker and reinforced walls than necessary, which should provide more security and a more serene night's sleep. In the house's exterior area, he and his family can enjoy a beautiful pool in order to cool off on the sunny days. The property also features a private aircraft control center and a lodge to house pilots. And while the exact value of John Travolta's mansion is not known, some sources estimate it to be valued at over $5 million. Meanwhile, Nicolas Cage has an enviable real estate portfolio. He once owned, for example, Midford Castle in the UK, a spectacular building from 1775 that he acquired in 2009 for about £5 million, or the equivalent of about $6,500,000. And his taste in castles doesn't seem to stop there. Before that, in 2006, he used to own another one, the Niedstein Castle in Germany, having paid about $2,600,000 at the time. Nicolas Cage also once owned a haunted house. Known as La Laurie House, this is a very famous house that is portrayed in the American Horror Story show as having belonged to a very evil woman in the 19th century. And in order to put this additional 10,000 square foot property into his portfolio, it is estimated that the actor had to cash out around $3,400,000. The actor also once owned a famous estate known as Grey Craig in the town of Newport in Rhode Island. The gigantic 24,000 square foot house is divided into 12 huge bedrooms and has a very classic and elegant interior decoration, such as the huge and sophisticated chandeliers in the living room. The 27-acre property also offers a number of amenities such as a greenhouse for growing plants, a weight room, a tennis court, a vista of the lake, among other things. And according to some sources, Cage bought the property for $15,900,000, but ended up taking a big loss after reselling it for only $6,500,000. However, in Las Vegas, Cage once owned a beautiful 14,300 square foot mansion, with it having top-notch finishes everywhere, an example being all the floors made of marble. The property is divided into 7 large bedrooms and 11 luxurious bathrooms, as well as being equipped with several additional rooms that only mansions of this size have, such as an office, an underground garage with capacity for 16 cars, a private elevator, a games room, a cinema with comfortable armchairs, and let's not forget the beautiful swimming pool with a hot tub, where one can enjoy an incredible view of the city. And as reported in the media, Nicolas Cage bought the mansion in 2006 paying about $8,500,000, but in 2012 he had to sell it in a hurry because of debts, having resold it for a mere $4,500,000. However, in Malibu, a place known to house many celebrities, Nicolas Cage could not fail to buy a luxurious property to call his own. The actor is known to have purchased a beautiful 4,000 square foot mansion in 1997 for $3,300,000, which appreciated greatly and was subsequently sold at a great profit, with some sources estimating it at nearly $10 million. Another famous address where he once owned property was in the sought-after Bel Air neighborhood in Los Angeles. The 11,800 square foot mansion was built in the 1940s and was designed by famous architects of the time, and is well known for having an extravagant interior decoration and luxurious finishes. And according to what was reported in the media, the actor sold the property in 2010 for about $10 million. And for having a more expensive real estate portfolio, Nicolas Cage easily takes this round. A point to him. Round 6. Net worth. Being two famous Hollywood actors, it's clear that they've made a lot of money throughout their careers. But which one of them has the highest net worth? Nicolas Cage, for example, although it took a while for him to become famous since he began his acting career, the amount of money he received for each film grew as the productions he was in became more successful and as he became more and more known in the film industry. To get an idea, in the movie Valley Girl he was only paid $5,000. But from then on, his salary grew larger and larger. It is estimated, for example, that he received about $40,000 for Vampire's Kiss, $240,000 for Leaving Las Vegas, $4 million for The Rock, $6 million for Face Off, $10 million for Bringing Out the Dead, $16 million for Snake Eyes, $20 million for Gone in 60 Seconds, $20 million for Wind Talkers, $20 million for National Treasure. Nicolas Cage has made so much money that it is estimated that between 1996 and 2011 alone, he made over $150 million from his acting salary alone. But the actor seems to spend his money to the same extent that he earns it. This is because as his income increased, his spending habits also seemed to increase at the same rate. The spending was so high, in fact, that the actor started getting into trouble with the IRS, even having several of his properties seized due to the debts he owed. And since he does not know how to manage his money well, Nicolas Cage's net worth is not as high as it should be. Although no one knows for sure how much wealth the actor has accumulated, some sources estimate that currently, at almost 60 years of age, Cage has an estimated net worth of only $25 million, which is a very low figure next to all the money he has ever earned. John Travolta, for his part, has also made a lot of money. In the music business, for example, he was considered one of the most famous singers of the 1970s. With the soundtrack of the movie Grease alone, for example, he sold over 40 million copies worldwide, being considered one of the best-selling albums of all time, which probably earned him a few $1,000,000. These days, John Travolta continues to make a lot of money through music streaming platforms. On Spotify alone, for example, if you add up his 10 most listened to songs on the platform, the number reaches almost 800 million plays, which may have earned him more than $3 million. But it is quite likely that most of his wealth comes from his performances in various film productions. With the movie Pulp Fiction, for example, despite being a box office success, it is estimated that Travolta received a meager $140,000. This is because he was going through a bad phase and the production budget was not very high. But it was during the best phase of his career where he really made a lot of money, getting paid millions of dollars for each performance. To get an idea of figures, some sources estimate that he received about $7 million for Get Shorty, $10 million for Battlefield Earth, $12 million for Michael, $17 million for Primary Colors. However, in his prime, John Travolta was paid around $20 million in films such as A Civil Action, Mad City, Swordfish, Ladder 49, Be Cool, and Face Off. A gigantic salary that at the time put him among the highest paid actors in the world. And while no one really knows the exact size of the actor's wealth, some sources estimate that currently, at the peak of his 68 years of age, John Travolta has already amassed an estimated net worth of over $250 million. And for the fact that he has 10 times the assets, John Travolta wins this round by a landslide. A point to him. At the end of this battle, we have 2 points for John Travolta against 4 points for Nicolas Cage, with him being the winner of this battle for leading the most luxurious life. Boo it! If you believe that there are still other arguments to defend either one of the two, write your best justification down below. Hey, you like the video? So don't forget about leave your like and comment, and tell some suggestions of another videos, and hopefully we gonna do it. All about channel, deals to satisfy your curiosity.